Welcome, everybody, to Spider Sound Off, episode 16. Tom and Porter here, and we're excited to have our first Spider player who is active on the roster, Rachel Ullstrom, join us. Rachel, welcome to Spider Sound Off.
Thank you, guys. I'm happy you chose to do this with me.
Well, I know you just started fall break and the season's a few weeks away, but before we get into this season, would love to go back to your high school days. I saw you went to Marianapolis Prep in Connecticut. I'm a Southwest Connecticut guy. I know that's kind of Northeast Connecticut, but what led you there?
Honestly, so my brother actually, he's 3 years older than me, grade-wise, so he went to Marianapolis, and kind of paved the way for me to go there. I really had no not desire, but I didn't really think to play basketball. I kind of just did what my brother did. So if he was outside playing basketball, I was outside playing basketball. If he was going to a practice, like I would be in the stands watching him play. So he kind of, I guess, led me to Marianapolis and then led me to play basketball. And yeah, grew the love for basketball at a young age with him.
Did you play other sports when you were in high school, or was it all basketball?
I did. I actually ran cross country.
Wow.
I was,
Nice.
yeah. I don't know why I did that. It gets you in shape, but running those 10
absolutely.
miles is not for the weak, that's for sure.
I was looking at Marianapolis and I saw Tyler Burton went there.
Yes.
So I guess, and he was probably your brother's age,
Yeah,
roughly.
they were in
Yeah.
the same grade. Yeah, they graduated in 2019, I think. Yeah, and then now I kind of followed in his footsteps too. I guess you could say that.
When you were being recruited out of high school, what was that like? Was it I'm sure it was a big deal for you and exciting at the time. Were you
Yeah.
recruited as a sophomore, junior? When did that all start?
So, sophomore year, once they started, they could reach out to you. I got a lot of calls. But I was honestly more kind of like focused on the present. I didn't want to like look too far ahead. I know I always wanted like academics to be a priority along with like basketball. I wanted kind of that balance. But I didn't really like push anything. Kind of just let it fall into play and see what happened. And Richmond was actually like one of my last offers. And then I think I was offered in July after going to the elite camp. And then I think I committed in August 1st. It was a very quick turnaround.
Awesome. What was it like? Did you come to visit Richmond before committing?
So this is a crazy story. So this actually involves Tyler too. So my brother is close with Tyler, and I guess the guys team got asked to work the women's elite camp. So Jared and Tyler were talking like, oh, like Rachel should come to the elite camp. Like then you can come and we can have a little reunion and like kind of hit two birds with one stone. And I was like, oh, Jared, that's my brother's name. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like it's a far drive. And I think at that point it might have been like Thursday and the last day to sign up was on Friday. And I was like, okay, Jared, like let's just like, let's just do it. Like it can't be that bad. And if it's bad, we have a great story to tell and a good memory. So I remember walking in the kitchen. I'm like, Mom, like, I want to do this elite camp. She's like, oh yeah, perfect. Like when, where, whatever. And I'm like, it's on Saturday and it's in Richmond. And she was like, what? Like, Rachel, are you guys crazy?
Wow.
So my brother and I, we drove there that on Friday night, I think, or Friday, like midday. I remember like leaving my driveway and my dad just got home and he sees like all of our like bags, like suitcases in the back. And he's like, where are you guys going? I'm like, oh, we're going to Richmond. He's like, no way. I'm like, all right, bye. Like, see you later. But no, we got there. Tyler, we stayed with Tyler. And then the next day we had the camp. Had no intention of like getting an offer from that or just getting any publicity or anything out of that. Just kind of going because Jared wanted to go. And I was like, might as well just can't hurt me. And then, yeah, I sent some like an email or like a text to Coach Radice, and then I think a few days later, she had texted me and then called me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, oh my God, Jared, like it worked. And then, yeah, Coach Russell went to one of my games in, I want to say Texas, and then got on a Zoom call. My parents never saw campus, but they showed us on like the Zoom, and then I committed like right after the call. My dad's like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, are you sure? I'm like, I know it's going to be good. Like I have a good feeling, and it worked out really well for me. So I'm happy. I chose
awesome.
that.
Now, was your brother a 3-point shooter too? I mean, did you learn that shot from him or no?
No, I honestly don't know where I learned my shot from. I think it's more so just like consistency and being in the gym a lot. Um, but he does pride himself on teaching me the Euro step. So every
Ah,
time I
okay.
take do the Euro step, he's like, "Oh, like I taught you that in the backyard." And no, but yeah, he definitely is the one that pushed me to keep continuing with basketball.
That's great. Did he play basketball in college?
He did not actually, but he played in high school and with Tyler on the same team.
Okay,
He could have gone D3, but he didn't really. He thought it would time to be to hang it up a little bit and focus on academics more.
cool.
So what was the transition like coming to Richmond? So what were kind of the big adjustments you had to make?
So my high school was like 30 minutes from my actual house where I lived. So I would drive in every day. So it wasn't like too far away. You'd see your parents obviously, but now it's like I'm 10 hours away from home. I mean, like an hour plane ride, but still, like it's far. And I didn't really think that would be like a huge thing for me. I was like, oh, I'll go wherever. Like a school in Cali offered me, like, sure, like I'll go, like I'll go on a visit. I won't like say I'm not going to go because of the distance. But then I'm realizing I was like, dang, like I feel like I'm missing out on some things, like not being home. So I feel like that was a huge adjustment for me at least. Academic wise, I feel like Marianapolis being a prep school. And I actually, our funny joke in the family was like, because I reclassified my sophomore year. So they're like, oh, like she loves it so much. She stayed for 5 years instead of 4. But so yeah, that definitely, the academics there were of a high caliber. And then Richmond obviously is up there too. So I feel like it was a good transition. Still very challenging, but kind of what I wanted for academic wise.
How was it team wise? Like, being a freshman on the team, was it easy to fit
Yeah.
in?
Um, well, once you kind of learn the system, I feel like it gets easier. But when I got here my freshman year, we had great seniors at that time, and they kind of took me under their wing and was like, "All right, like you're not going to get it the first 2 3 weeks of practice. Like we barely still have it down now. It's kind of more like read and react type of deal." So just knowing they had my back and they were supporting me through that was kind of built my confidence. But no, it's definitely a little challenging at first.
So, Rachel, I described you on an earlier podcast as the greatest three-point shooter, men or women, I've ever seen wear a University of Richmond uniform, and I've been watching Richmond basketball since 1989. Um, how do you develop the repetition? You develop the form that just creates that. I mean, you said you didn't even start playing basketball until a little bit later. So how did you do that?
Honestly, oof, I wish I could tell you an answer. I guess I pride myself on being consistent and being in the gym. It's actually funny when I first started playing basketball, maybe like in 4th grade, they were teaching you like how to hold the ball and like you're a righty, so your left hand's your guide hand and you push and you flick the wrist. So I like went in the garage, I got a ball, and I will never forget this. My coach told me, this is so embarrassing, to go like look in a mirror and like just watch your hand like flick your wrist and watch the ball flick off your wrist, like off your fingertips. And I locked myself in the bathroom. This is so embarrassing. And I would just like watch the ball like flick off my wrist. And like I would do it like every day for like an hour. My mom's like, "What are you doing in there? Like, what are you doing?" And she can like hear me like jumping. I was like, "Oh my gosh." But so I would just kind of focus on my form kind of when I was little. And then yeah, just being consistent, being in the gym. Um, in high school, I would try to, even if I had like cross country practice, I would try to come in after and go on the gun and shoot at least like maybe like 400 shots up at least.
Hmm.
And just working on my form and yeah, not doing too much though, because once you do too much, it's not good. But because you start pushing
Yeah.
the ball, but
Now,
it's a
sometimes
lot of repetition.
I've seen really good 3-point shooters who have trouble on the free throw line, but you're a great free throw shooter too. So does that feel different to you, or it's just a shot's a shot and it doesn't feel different? Like, is the prep different? Like, how'd you get so good at the free throw at the same time?
Honestly, I feel like once anyone's shot's down and you have a good form, I feel like you can make any sort of shot on the floor. Like if you're further out, obviously you have to put more legs into it. If you're closer, like my foul shots, I don't really use my legs as much, or yeah, as much as I would if I was shooting a 3, obviously. But I feel like once your form is down, like like keep the ball on the right side, flick your wrist, left hand's the guide hand. I think that's just huge. Once you get that down, that's like the foundation for your other shots.
I'm going to take you back to last year for a second. It's the
Okay.
game against Oakland. I believe it was in Florida, right?
It was in Florida, yes.
On a neutral court.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to take you to the second quarter of that game. And I just want to read you
Okay.
just a readout of the second quarter of that game.
Okay.
8:33 mark, Rachel Ullstrom made 3. 7:56 mark, Rachel made 3. 6:52 mark, Rachel made 3. 5:51, Rachel made 3. 4:38, Rachel made 3. 3:34, Rachel made 3. 2:19, Rachel made 3. 7 for 7 from the 3-point line in the second quarter alone. So the second quarter score was Rachel Ullstrom 21, Oakland 6. Richmond scored 30 in the quarter total, but it might be the single greatest quarter a player's ever had in Richmond basketball. When you're locked in the zone like that and you just can't miss, I mean, does a basket look huge to you? I mean, walk us through how you feel when you're in repetition like that.
Oh, it feels great. I'm not gonna lie, it feels really good. But no, once like the first 2, 3 fall in, you're like, all right, like just keep shooting them. Obviously, I'm not gonna like jack up a shot. I know like if I'm really feeling it, I'm not gonna make but if my feet are set and I don't see anyone in front of me, I'm gonna shoot it. And obviously, after a few misses, it's a heat check, so it's time to look for other ways to help
Right.
the floor and help my team. But no, it feels really good, especially when like even put in the work and after practice or before practice, like getting your form down is huge to see like that being rewarded, I guess. But obviously like my teammates are getting me open, like they're cutting and I'm just sitting. I think that game I just sat in the corner, I'm gonna be honest, and I was just making corner threes.
It's like Oakland forgot to do the scout.
No, that's actually so funny. All the interviews that I've had, they're like, so like, did Oakland like ever put you on the scout? I'm like, I don't know. I really don't think they did.
Now, I'm curious at moments like that. Are you the type of player who's like when you're going back on defense, telling your teammates like, "Get me the ball," or it's just
No.
kind of naturally they know that you're hot and they're looking for you, just because they know you're ready?
I think they're looking for me. I mean, I'm not like I don't really ever like demand the ball. If it just flows right and I look and there's no one in front of me or like I can get a shot off quick or not quick, but my feet set and I know I'm going to make it, I'm going to shoot it. And I think my teammates have trust in me and they know that I put the work in. So they're happy to give me the ball and shoot it if I'm open.
For the casual Richmond fan who listens to the podcast but might not follow the women's program as closely as we do, I just want to also point out you set a University of Richmond record of 11 threes in that game, which think of all the decades Richmond's played basketball. You've got the most threes in a game, which is really, really cool. So,
Yeah.
So, maybe just talking a little bit more about last year. Going to the tournament, going to California, having that big win over Georgia Tech. Maybe take us back to kind of what that game felt like, how prepared you felt going in, and obviously that was kind of a blowout in the long run. But maybe take us
Yeah.
back to that trip and that game.
That trip was amazing. The memories that we made from that was incredible. I think we grew as a team, like traveling to Cali. And it was great too because we missed some of our finals, which I was like super happy about. But I had to make them, or sorry, midterms, but I had to make them up. But no, it was a great experience. I think we definitely locked in. We were like, all right, like now's our chance to prove to everyone that like Richmond, we are good. Like we're gonna show them how good we are. And we really locked into the scout and the different plays we were gonna run and like what coverages we were doing and how we were gonna score. And we really locked into that. We had multiple film sessions a day. We were kind of like our whole staff was very locked in. It was amazing. And then that kind of obviously led to us beating them pretty good. And then the next game was UCLA. At the half we were tied, which was definitely a good feeling, being like, all right, like we can hang with them. We got this. And then they kind of just took it from us. But it was a great experience. Just to play there was great. It was super, super loud there, but we had a lot of fans that showed support, which is super amazing, especially because it's literally across the country. But yeah, it was a great experience. love to do it again. We plan on
Yeah.
doing that again this
Okay.
coming season. Yeah,
You
my
had
word.
some key senior leaders on that team. We've already talked to two of them, obviously.
Yeah.
This year, you, Maggie, Sam Dewey, Jada, you're the seniors on this team. What are you guys doing to kind of build the chemistry with your new teammates on and off the court?
Yeah, I think obviously chemistry is huge. It's how you figure out, how to play together and how to be successful on the floor. But we do like different like movie nights. Like in the summer we were doing movie nights, or we would go over to someone's apartment or their UFA and just hang out. Go out to dinner together, we go to D Hall together too, just finding ways to, see everyone's personalities and how they are off the court, because that's huge. And then I think that kind of translates to on the court. And on the court we just try to push each other. Like we're gonna hold each other accountable. We're gonna um, push you and make you be the best you can be. I think that'll only benefit them, and I hope they do the same thing for the players that are coming in and we're gone.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier that when you were a freshman, there were some seniors who kind of took you under their wing. Does it feel
Yeah.
weird that you're now that senior,
Oh my gosh.
taking
Yes.
taking freshmen under your wing?
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember coming here my freshman year in the summer. They're like, oh, like the seniors, they're like, yeah, like it's gonna go by quick. Like, like 4 years goes by really quick. And I'm like, yeah, 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 like whatever. They say that all the time. And I'm like, whoa, like I'm already a senior. But no, it is a good feeling to be able to be in a position to kind of lead the younger teammates we have. And it's good that they can like trust us, and I want them to know that they can trust us. They can come to us if they don't know a play. Like I want them to come to us and be like, "Oh, I don't know this player. Can I get shots after practice?" Like I want them to feel like I'm one of them, and like I will do whatever I can to make sure that they're successful and that our team is successful this coming season.
Rachel, you were the sixth woman of the year in your sophomore year.
Yes.
You were all A10 first team last year.
Hmm.
You're all A10 preseason this year.
Yeah.
How has your confidence grown from the lady who showed up freshman year, having it sound like we're kind of late finding basketball, joining
Yeah.
Richmond, and to now you're one of the best, you know, one of the best players in the country. How does your confidence change as that happens?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm a very humble person. Growing up, my mom always said like, "There's gonna be someone better than you. Like, head down, keep moving, like work hard." And I think I kind of bought into that. Um, yeah. I mean, I have goals. Like, I want to have our team go back to March Madness and make a run again. But individually, I just want to kind of keep stacking days and working hard and making sure like each day I'm getting better, and hopefully that builds up to something bigger. But yeah, no, I'm definitely all about consistency and keeping myself accountable. I want my teammates to keep me accountable. I want to just, push our team and push myself, and whatever happens, happens. But hopefully, we're definitely going to get back to where we were last year for sure and
How did
win.
the
win.
summer help you prepare? Not, I don't mean just
Yeah.
the kind of the U of R summer, but you both had, I guess, with your teammates, got to do the 3-on-3 tournament, and then went to the nationals with kind of new teammates.
Yeah.
How did that help you? Kind of what was that experience like?
Yeah. So going with our team, we went to Arizona. That was a great experience. We kind of got, at least for me, like, I got a feel of like what FIBA 3-on-3 is all about. Like we didn't really think about like the strategic side of things. We kind of just were like, all right, let's just go have fun. Like, kind of just play hard, and whatever happens, happens. But so we ended up playing a team that actually played like in 3v3, like for Team USA. And they were like very strategic. Like they knew when to foul, like, because it's only a 12-second shot clock, so it's super, super quick pace. They knew like to kick it out to the corner and then hit the top, and then someone would dive in and just post us up and kind of bury us. But we held our own. That was definitely a good experience to learn like how to play FIBA, and I think that actually helped me and benefited me. Um, and then I went to Chile, which is kind of crazy how I was invited. So I think we had like camp. It was like our last week of camp, and one of my campers, she her mom didn't come pick her up. And I was like, oh, like, you can use my phone to call your mom. Like, no worries. She was kind of upset. I was like, yeah, like, just use my phone. Like, you can chill with me. No worries. She called her mom. Her mom came to pick her up. And I took my phone off Do Not Disturb because it's always on Do Not Disturb. It's one thing about me. You want to contact me, you got to call me twice. Um, so anyway, this number I thought was her mom called me back. So I was like, oh, like, I'm going to answer it. I'm like, oh, yeah, no worries. Like, hope your daughter had fun, whatever. And I answer it, and I'm in the locker room, and it's super loud. We're all happy, like, it's the last week of camp, ready to go, just go home and everything. And I answer, and it's like, "Hi, this is so and so from Team USA." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like, and it's like super loud. I had this on speaker because I'm like, "What is happening?" And I run out to the training room. I'm with Sarah, our athletic trainer, and I'm like, "Sarah, like, listen to this. Am I being like scammed right now? Like, what's happening?" And they're like, "Yeah, like." Gave me like really no details. It was like, oh yeah, you have to decide by Friday. And it was like, I think it was Thursday. I had to decide the next day. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, all right. So I call Roussel. He's like, you're going immediately. Like, you're not saying no to Team USA. Like, this is like an experience of a lifetime. You're going. And I was like, okay, like whatever. So I called him back. I'm like, yeah, my coach said I can go. Like, let's do this. And then I literally maybe 3 days later went to Miami. And we practiced there for a few days, just a lot of install stuff of like some offensive stuff and different defensive coverages. And then we flew straight to Chile. It was like pretty much a 24-hour day of traveling. It was crazy. Got there. It was it was cold. It was so cold. I remember I read the email and it was like, bring your coat. And I'm like, it's July. Like, what do I need a coat for? Like, is this like a typo or something? And I get off the plane and I was like, oh my gosh. I look at the weather app. It was like 32 and it's like feels like -5. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's gonna be so cold. But no, it was a really good experience. Just being there, we played Cayman Islands, Canada, Chile, and Argentina, and actually some of our A10 I guess rivals were also on those teams too. Ojeda and Smith were playing against me, so it's great to just see them on a different team in a different light,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, no, it was great to play with people that I honestly wouldn't have ever thought I'd ever be in the same room with. It just kind of built my confidence too. The fact that like, oh wow, like they picked me to be on this team, like wow. But no, great experience, and just happy that I was invited to go.
Yeah,
That's
it's a little
awesome.
bit of how'd they get your number, right? Somehow
I
they
know. I'm like, how did they get my number? Like, you
That's
know too
incredible.
much. Yeah.
So hey, there's
Crazy.
I guess 3 weeks from tomorrow is the first regular season game.
Oh,
Like
wow.
what when you look over those 3 weeks, like what does your team need to do to be ready? Like what else is needed, or is it just, like you said, stacking days? What do you see in the next 3 weeks?
Yeah. Wow, it's actually so exciting. I think we just need to stack more days. I think we need to understand like the first game is approaching and kind of have that urgency and stack days and just hold each other accountable. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or your shot's not going in, or you don't know a play, like make sure you brush up on the plays, you get extra shots up if you need to. Just trying to be the best teammate you can be to help our team win and walk in. And yeah, we should be good.
How do you answer the question, it'll be a successful year if?
Oh boy, this is like something Rousseau would tell me to answer. Okay, it's going to be a successful season if we all hold each other accountable, which we are in practice, but I think we need to continue that and have that translate into the games. And we all buy into the vision of where we want to go, and not just say you want to be there, but like through your actions show that you actually want to win the A10s and you want to be in March Madness and make a run. And I think we're getting to that point. And I think once we start winning games and getting more games under our belt, we'll just that growth for like that hunger for getting there and will only grow, I think.
Your preseason number one in the A10 Richmond is how does that change, the preparation for the season? Do you guys feel like you're going to get everybody's best shot, or is it just you stay consistent within your plan?
Well, I mean, everyone's gonna have a target on our backs now. They want to get out the top dog. But no, I think we can't look too far into that. Any numbers, it's all preseason stuff. Like, yeah, it's an honor to have those numbers and to have that recognition from other people. But at the same time, like we know what we have to do. We know we can't rely on kind of like what our team did last year because we have a different team this year, obviously. So I think just keeping the same work ethic that we had from last year and kind of stacking days and holding each other accountable and translating that into this year will be kind of what helps us and be the recipe to our success, I think.
I mentioned that it's 3 weeks and a day to your first game. Well, it's not many days after that where you go to Texas.
I know.
I'm guessing when you saw that schedule, you all kind of saw, circled that date. I mean, you played them at home
Yeah.
last year, but um, I'm guessing you're excited about that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you beat Texas? Have you figured that out yet?
No. I just think it'll be a great test for us mentally. It's going to be a very close game. We kind of have talked about it as a team with Coach Russell, but it's going to be a game of possessions, and we have to make sure that like all of our details are perfect. Like we have to be in gaps, and we have to stay in the corners. I feel like Coach Russell right now talking, be in gaps, stay in the corners, and just do the little things. And once those little things will add up, and hopefully, we'll end up on top. And yeah,
Sounding like Coach Roussel, let me ask you this
yeah.
question. How has
Oh
the
boy.
coaching staff, Roussel and Radice and everybody else, helped you develop and influenced you in your progression over the last 3 years?
Yeah. Um, Honestly, it's huge. I think they're super supportive. They only want the best for us, and some days are hard. They hold you extra accountable. They make you push 45-pound plates on the side of the court for your mistakes. But no, they do it because they care, and I think that's huge. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but Richmond because of the support staff. And like today, we were on fall break, and I texted Brandon, our strength coach, and I was like, hey, like I want to get a lift in possibly. He's like, yeah, perfect. Like let's go today at 8:30. And then after he was rebounding for me, and our athletic trainer Sarah was rebounding for me, and I'm like, I feel like that would never happen anywhere else. Like them literally running back and forth, like getting my rebounds. It was so funny. But just to see like how even they're invested and they're supportive in us, and they want us to succeed and be our best is like something that I feel like you don't see very often.
So now this is your 4th year at Richmond. You kind of committed quickly. You visited the campus as part of a camp and committed with. Talk us about like the university itself. I mean, how's it doing to prepare Rachel Ullstrom for life? I mean, how's Richmond helped you become who you are today?
Yeah. Academics are obviously with something that I wanted going into this. And I feel like getting a degree from the University of Richmond is huge, and just kind of having that on your resume is a big divider and a big kind of push for you to be successful in life. And I think just the little things too, like trying to balance like a hard academic schedule with traveling and different practices going late, and just kind of finding ways to be adaptable and knowing how to plan your days out so you can get your homework done and like go to practice and go to film and get some extra shots up. And then your days, once you start putting all it into calendar, your days just kind of shrink up. But just finding ways to stay organized with that whole thing is huge as well too.
Well, we're super excited about the season that's coming up. Maybe as a way to wrap this up, we've been promoting kind of the product and the value because tickets are pretty inexpensive to come see the Richmond women's teams at home. Like,
Yeah.
what do you make the case? So you've got some casual fan. Let's say they go to their men's season ticket holders, or they go to men's
Yeah.
games every now and then. Like, make your pitch. Like, what sort of product are fans going to see when they come to the Robins Center to watch your team play?
Yeah. I feel like you're gonna get a team who puts a lot of effort in and is fun to watch. We're always looking for the extra one more. We're never like egotistical and looking for our own shot and our own stat line or whatever. We're very team oriented and we want to win. And a lot of our fans now, when they kind of transferred over into watching girls games, they're like, it was the best thing we've ever done. Like, you guys are amazing. And then like after the games, um, we'll go out and talk to our fans and kind of build that like bond with our fans. And it's great like seeing them. Like I'll be at like Publix or some store around campus and they're like, oh, Rachel, like, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm great. Like, just that connection there is huge too, like off the court. But yeah, just come to a game, at least just try it once. And if you don't like it, then you can say you don't like it, but I don't think you will. I think you'll come back for more.
Yeah.
I can attest that was my experience. I came to one game and I was blown away by just the overall quality of the product. It was unbelievable. And I was sort of like, man, I can't believe I'm watching a team this good. Like, just, you were dismantling opponents last year and it was so much fun to see. And as a fan, I'll say I was just really grateful that you and Maggie and the rest of the ladies who helped build this special run that we're on right now all decided to come to Richmond and stay at Richmond and build something special. You're a Spider for life, and
Yeah.
this is your last year playing for Richmond, but you'll be in the Robin Center hopefully for many years after that, watching
For
the
sure.
the product of what you built. And I'd just like to say thank you for everything you're doing, and can't wait to see you in the season this year.
Yeah. You make us proud, Rachel. Certainly last year was a great year, but I think this year can be even better. So we're excited
Me
to
too.
come and hopefully bring some more fans to watch the product. To some of what Porter said, it seems like when you guys are at your best, like the ball barely touches the court, and the
Yeah.
five of you are passing the ball. It's fast paced, and then someone's making a shot or faking a shot, and someone's cutting, and they're passing it to the cutter. It's great
Yeah.
basketball. So for the fans listening that haven't been there yet, definitely come out this season. And unfortunately, this will air after the scrimmage. So there'll be we know there's just announced today that there'll be a public scrimmage on the 18th. This will air a little bit after that, but obviously that's an exciting time to see the team for free. And then what is it, $60 for a season ticket,
Something
$50
like that,
for
yeah.
a season ticket?
Very
I mean,
reasonable.
It's a great deal. So
And
definitely
I
get out
can
there.
I can promise the casual fan you will not regret making that investment. If you like basketball, you will see great basketball with this ladies team. It's special to watch, and I hope your senior season is everything you want it to be. You deserve it. You and the rest of the ladies have just built a product that makes us fans really proud to be Richmond fans. So thank you for all you do.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on this podcast.
Hey, Porter, that was great. It's the first time we got to talk to a current player, and what a great player Rachel is.
Yeah, great player, great person. Super excited to see her on the court this year.
Well, coming up, we know there's a men's scrimmage on the 25th, so hopefully we'll talk some about that, and we'll hopefully get some other stories as well leading up to the first games in November. But until then, this is Tom.
And this is Porter.
We are sounding off.
See ya.